seen from Kendall lately, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's just what we needed, going into postseason. So, we're heading in the right direction, and it showed today.
How important was it to really carry forward in the tournament, or would it have mattered to make the plays that you did down the stretch, to have this kind of feeling going into that tournament?
Yeah, that's what every single game in the Mountain West tournament is going to be like. It's just making winning plays. So, just trying to box out as much as possible and get as many rebounds as possible. So, those are winning plays. Diving on the floor, knowing your personnel as well is super key.
Kendall, you were the second commit under Nico Medved 4 years ago. Saw you being held in the air above the students as they stormed the court. Can you just reflect on that moment and just kind of the journey to get to this point?
It was a long journey for sure. Obviously, being here my freshman year, all 4 years, and I don't know, being held up like that, it was just a moment I'll never forget, especially after a great victory like that.
Does it mean even more, just given that your role's gone down a little bit this season offensively, just with more guys on the floor? You finish the season with season high 23 points, then you come home and get this moment too.
Yeah, it actually feel good, like David said. It's good to start going, late in the season, especially going into the tournament, so hopefully I can keep it up and we'll keep on getting victors.
On senior night, going to the line, it's great to get a second crack at that and be the guy that seals that right there at the end.
Yes,
He helped a little bit, that gave you
better. Facts for sure.
I had to make up my mental mistake.
Are you feeling a little bit of a resurgence, and how much has really your last month helped you get back to what you think you can do for this team?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I feel like I'm starting to get back in the groove of things. Everything's starting to feel more smoother and stuff like that. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
David, how much has the experience of, the games last year, late in the season, everything kind of prepare you guys to win games like this season?
Yeah, it's everything. Going back to so many big games, last season, and again competing for a Mountain West championship, and we just remember those plays that we didn't make. So, it's just brewing in us, all over the offseason, and now it's paying off, and I couldn't be happier.
David, there was a long stretch in that second quarter where you were playing the 5. What's different when you're in the game playing that 5 or playing 4 with James or Deshaun?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. The sets are a little bit different, so I get the ball in different places. If I'm playing the 5, it's more top of the key and kind of controlling the offense and controlling the flow. When I'm a 4, I'm just kind of another cog in the wheel with our motion, and then just an ISO post up. So it's just a little bit different, but I prefer either one.
Kendall, as a freshman, do you remember that first road trip, that Florida tournament where you guys turned it over 20 times against Louisiana?
That was probably one of the worst games I ever played.
How far everything has come since then for you.
Yeah, that
do you
was.
laugh when you think about that?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was just that game, especially kind of like. I don't know, me and my dad always look back on that because I think that game I had like 7 or 8 turnovers, just myself. And yeah, we just going to leave that back.
But now, knowing that the goals you still have to
stay with it and everything.
That journey's got to be so satisfying.
Yes, sir.
David, you're always relied upon a scorer. So is Isaiah. How important is it to have Kendall playing the way he is right now as you go into March?
It's huge. Rather than having 2 guys mostly scoring, we have 3, and a lot of others has the potential to score 20 points, just like Kendall did. So, it's huge. Getting as many guys as much confidence as possible, going into the postseason is very crucial, to our run, and I believe in all of them that they're going to step up to the challenge.
Have you seen a difference in the way he approaches the game offensively as of late?
Yeah, I would say so. Knocking down, open shots. Not being afraid to get it up there too. I think sometimes he'll like to trust the offense more, but the offense is, kicking it out to him. So, he's taking big shots and knocking them down, and that's what you love to see.
Kendall, just what were your emotions like going into the game after the whole ceremony at mid-court before the game and everything?
It was definitely a little emotional for sure. But like we talked about in the locker room, we're gonna have all our emotions, and then when that ball tip in the air, it's game time. So I kind of brushed that off a little bit, but still had it in the back of my head as a little motivation.
Were there tears? Because it looked like you were wiping away.
Oh yeah, I for sure cried. I ain't gonna lie. I shed a couple of tears for sure.
Obviously, been a very competitive league. Are you excited? How do you feel? Heading into the Mountain West tournament.
Yeah, just as excited. Again, another journey with this team. I can't imagine playing with anybody else. So, I love these guys, and we're gonna battle every single game, and just try to have as much fun as possible and enjoy the moment because, again, just thinking back to my freshman year and his freshman year, just the day and night difference that it is. Moby Madness is rocking again, and the community's bought in, and and we're winning too. So. Yeah, I'm just going to try to enjoy the moment as much as possible.
Kendall, because it is the tournament, do you approach those games any differently than you do every other Mountain West game you play?
I feel like I approach the game same way every time. I feel like the only thing I change probably my playlist every once in a while. But other than that, I feel like I go into the game the same way every time.
And as a team, does it have to? You just kind of have to stay in the same mode that's carried you this far?
Yeah, it's just 0-0, and just remember, how we got here. Whatever seed we are, or whatever placement, or whoever we have to play first. Just remember, what we've done over this, regular season, and again, just a new mindset of 0-0, and it's win or go home.
Kendall, I think you were the second guy through the door after Adam. You guys had committed to Drake again way back when, remembering that journey. What was it Coach said that sold you on giving up beautiful sunny Des Moines to come to the mountains? Do you remember what he promised, what he said to you then?
He just said, no matter what, it's a great. First off, he started talking about the mountains. The mountains kind of sold me by itself. Not gonna lie, you don't have mountains in the Midwest. But after that, he just said, "You feel me? We're gonna build a great program," and obviously we did. Brought in some key freshmen my second year, and I'm just glad I stayed with it. Like David said, I wouldn't rather play with nobody else.
Good. Thank you, guys.